Hello everyone and welcome to the latest episode of Pulp, Punditry and Portchy. Okay, welcome everyone to another episode of Pulp, Punditry and Portchy. First one of 2021 actually, so it's been a while. Hope you're all safe and well out there in PO16. So we've had obviously a lot of change at the club. We've got some new management in, as is well documented, and I've got here sat with me Mr. Dave Carter. How are you doing, Dave?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Brilliant. So we're really obviously excited to get Dave in. Obviously we're potentially, it's hard to know when and where the season is fully going to start, likely obviously being when it normally does in July, but obviously lots going on at the club in terms of preparing for next season when it does arrive. So I thought what we'd just do today is just hear a little bit about Dave's career in football in brief, just because some of us obviously maybe not aware in terms of the Wessex League, over the last 10 years, his career in that and also going into the Southern League. So we'll hear a little bit about that, and then also in terms of Dave coming into Portchester now and what our plans are for hopefully not just the coming season but seasons after as well. So I guess we'll start with then, Dave. For those you're unaware, what's your story really, would you say, in football in this area and what you've done besides Moneyfields, I guess what people know you most for?
Yeah, I started at Horndine probably 12 years ago now as in the management. Took my side over from Denmead and Purwick actually originally. We were top of the Hampshire League at the time. Went over there as a reserve team manager with my players. Neil McNamara was manager at Horndine. He got sacked at Christmas, just after Christmas. The team was sat bottom of the league with something like 3 or 4 points. I went as interim manager, caretaker manager if you like. Took over. That's when the Wessex Prem was what I believe very, very good. You know, Gosport, Paul Town, some great sides in there at that point. And we finished on 24 points in the end and got relegated by 3 points. So that was my first season in charge. Went into Wessex 1, took over as proper manager the next season, had 1 season in Wessex 1 and then got promoted out of that the next season back into the Wessex Prem. Come about 8th or 9th for 2 seasons and then probably 3 seasons, maybe I think 6th or 7th a finish at one point. And then started the season probably around 2013-14. Played first 12 games, got a great squad together. Played the first 12 games, won 11 and drew 1, so we were unbeaten. Had a good FA Cup run. Then I got a call from Pete Seedon at Moneyfields. Obviously we were doing very well. They were set 16th in the league. It was about end of October time, I think Miles Rutherford left. So yeah, I met with Pete. Agreed instantly that Moneyfields had the ambition to get to the Southern League and that's where I want, and I didn't feel that, even though I've been at Horndine and been there for 7-8 years, the ambition wasn't there for them to go into the Southern League, and I felt Moneyfields was a big club, very big club at the time, and so chatted with them and left Horndine, went to Moneyfields. In our first season there, took over, brought some players in from Horndine, and we managed to get the last 16 of the FA Vars that year. Finished in the Wessex Prem 8th. From 16th obviously.
Yeah, amazing.
When we took over, so we had a good season. And then the next season in charge, we put a great squad together, and we actually finished top with 101 points, scoring over 100 goals. Apart from a misdemeanor where we got deducted 3 points after the season finished. Due to playing an eligible player against bottom of the league, we won the game 5-0 and he only come on for 5 minutes. So, but that's by the by. So I was a bit disappointed at the end of the season. We finished on 101 points, scored 101 goals, over 100 goals. It's a fantastic season. So we got promoted to the Southern League. Into there, first season, I think got to about end of January. We were top of the league, absolutely flying, unbeaten. We'd had a great FA Cup run, not so great in the trophy. We went to Rushden and Diamonds, I think, mid-January, and massive club,
Yeah, a lot of like heritage in football league as well, about 20 years ago.
Massive club, and there was about 900 in there.
Wow.
We went 1-0 up. We were 1-0 up at half time and come out second half, and they absolutely played us off the park second half. It was the most memorable game of football, and they were fantastic. Moved the ball very well. Brett Pope got sent off actually.
Right.
They went 1-0 up, 1-0. Brett got sent off. They went 2-1 up, and the thing was we were top at the time. They were second.
Yeah.
So imagine being top above Rushden and Diamonds, fantastic achievement. And,
absolutely.
And we scored in the 91st minute.
Right.
Steve Hutchins' header, and it was fantastic. We went ballistic. It was brilliant.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, it was a great. We stayed in their bar. We were the last people to leave their bar. I don't think we left till about 8:30 that night, and the coach back. So we were having a great season. Unfortunately, we lost to Uxbridge at home, and it was like someone switched the light off.
Right.
Because we were unbeaten. There's a dodgy penalty as well. We got beaten by. We lost our way a little bit. We got a few suspensions, a few injuries, and ended up coming 7th that season, just outside the playoffs. That was a Central Division as a Southern League. Then we got moved to the South Division. West Division. Sorry. And our first season in there, we come 4th.
Very decent achievement.
In our first season, not knowing any sides, again we went on a great unbeaten run for like 22 games.
And that's the thing, I guess, going into a new league, all those teams are unknown.
They don't know you, but you don't know them
that's
either.
True.
So another fantastic season, but again ended in a little bit of disappointment. On our way, we found out in the morning of our playoff game, Yate away, that even if we won the game, we wasn't going to get. We wouldn't be promoted because it was worked out on points per game, and there were only something like 6 leagues with promotion. They were only going to promote 4 teams out of the playoffs. So it was very. I mean, the lads obviously get the text out, why are we even bothering?
Yeah.
Very disappointed on the way up. You know what I mean? And I had to rally them round and sort of manage them and say, look, come on, let's prove ourselves. Let's go out and have a go, rather than just throwing the towel in. The game finished 2-2, I think. 1 or 2-2. Gary Austin scored for us. Come on, give the ball away for their goal, and then scored to equalise. The game ended up going to penalties. Funny enough, it went 9 penalties. Steve Hutchins hit the crossbar. Ball definitely went over the line. First penalty wasn't shown on. They filmed it. They didn't film that penalty apparently. Filmed the other 9 that all scored. There wasn't any penalties missed, so we lost 5-4 penalties. So it was unfortunate. That was the semi-finals, but it's another great achievement. That was my last full season at Moneyfields,
which is amazing, really, when you think about all that's happened since.
And again, I mean, last season, I've got the furthest we got in the Hampshire Cup. We got to the semi-finals last season. Obviously, won the Pompey Cup at Fratton Park. Had great FA Cup runs. One of the seasons, Hayes and Yedden, we beat them 1-0 and went to a scratch side. It was a great achievement. Again, another big club.
Yeah, the setup there's decent.
And we had a great run in the trophy last season. So, right. 2 6 ball. So it's been a good achievement, and obviously, from my point of view, there's a lot of changes at Moneyfields. I don't know when you bring yourself in then and us.
I guess so. Like we said, didn't we? Like, how would you describe? We've just gone through, I guess, at length, like all the different achievement Moneyfields. Just reeled them off, so I won't reel them off again. But how would you describe that period of time, I guess, at Moneyfields? And like you've obviously, we said here, like brought Gavin Spurway and Brett Pope with you here as well. Like I guess you obviously had the success there. Is that something that obviously you look back on fondness at Moneyfield? Oh,
definitely, yes. It's a fantastic club. It's got fantastic people around it. I really enjoyed my time there. Everybody's appreciative of what you're doing. You do all this for nothing. For the love of football. It's a lot of time and effort. It's nearly on a full-time job sometimes. So a lot of appreciation. I've left on good terms there. Now I understand my reasons for wanting to move on. There's a lot of change going over there. A lot of people have gone that were there originally. Have gradually gone by the way. So there's been a lot of change, and I've got to say to myself, I think we're getting to the stage where sustaining Southern League football for maybe the next 2 years is going to be tough for them. Because they've got the whole complex is being built.
Sure,
don't get me wrong. I think it'd be a fantastic place in a couple of years' time. But
you see the plans and whatnot.
The plans are brilliant. But to say the change, how long I've got left in football, I don't know. I'm a manager that believes your gap between you and your players gets further and further apart. And also got a wife that and a big family as well. So, but I'm here now, so I've come to Portchester. I've spoke with Paul and Trevor, the finance director, Paul Kelly, the chairman, obviously. Sold with the dream, walked around the place. It's fantastic, got fantastic facilities. I mean, it's ready to push on this club. I believe that between me, Gav, and Brett, and the others, that we can help do that. So don't be wrong. It's going to be a tough ask. We've got to put a team together, a squad together that's got to gel quickly and show ourselves in the Wessex Prem. Obviously, the team and the squad wasn't good enough last season, sitting ninth in the league. For facilities and the budget that the place had is not good enough. I mean, fans. It's got a good fan base now. They travel home and away. So we've just got to work hard and say the biggest thing is we're bringing players in is making sure they gel on that pitch and get results. So to challenge for promotion, I mean, there's going to be a lot of teams in it this year. Of
course.
I mean, you got Lymington, Hamworthy, both only lost one game last season.
Yeah, very strong.
Out of 12-14. Christchurch will be very good. Horndean, Fareham. So it's going to be a tough competition, and it'll be a lot of people, wanting to get out and thinking this is a year they can get out.
Yeah.
So we've got to be, on the ball, literally, and ready for this challenge, which we are.
Yeah, perfect. It all sounds good. I guess in terms of the question I had was, why Portchester now? And I guess you kind of answered it in that case, talking to obviously Paul and Trevor with that. And what we're looking at this season. So I guess moving on to the question here is, we talked a moment ago about, you obviously got Gavin as your assistant, you brought Brett Pote in here as well, both of them with you. Kitman TC's obviously made a return with you as well. Did you feel like it was important to keep the band together, essentially, if you want to put it that way, and the management team you've got, and what value do you feel they bring to your management setup?
100%. Yeah, I mean, coming in without them is like, it's unthinkable. So they're both, all of them are fantastic people that have got my back.
Yeah,
and I can trust. So I mean, obviously Gavin stepped up into the assistant manager's role last season.
Yeah,
the season before last, and then Brett come in as a coach. Obviously, just sort of hung his boots up. He's still a fantastic player. Unfortunately, his calf keeps going.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'd love to have him out there playing, because he's
had a good history. Yeah. Gosport places.
Unbelievable amount of experience. Yeah. I mean, in football, he's got a lot of respect from players in and around the area. A lot of respect. So is Gavin. So they're very important. And TC, I mean, ain't no one better as a kit man. Gets upset a lot, but he works tirelessly.
Passionate man.
A passionate man. Yeah, and great to have about the place. So with a funny haircut. They were very important to me, to make sure that they were up for the challenge as well. And they will be, and they're hard workers. I mean, you can see today they're here helping out and things. So
of course, we talked at length a moment ago about the different amount of teams that are also going to be wanting promotion and getting out of this league, and obviously you coming in now. What would you say in terms of like the next steps are for you for next season, really, in terms of what you want to kind of do in terms of hitting the ground running and ambitions, really? Yeah,
so I mean, as it stands at the moment, we've got a couple of friendlies booked in early doors. So 29th of March we can start training again, only in groups of 6, but we'll split them on the pitch. Assess the current squad. We've brought a few in already. So Sam Pearce is joined from Moneyfields, Lewis Fenimore as well. Two experienced players.
I love that.
I mean, Sam again, Havant, Salisbury, Conference South, Gosport, had a fantastic career. He's only just turned 34, so he's not old.
Yeah, you need those players.
6'3", 6'4", centre half. Scores goals as well from centre half, and he will steady the ship at the back.
Yeah.
Because he talks. He was a captain at Moneyfields last season. So I brought him in. And I'm looking to bring a few more in, but assess the current squad, which gives me a few friendlies. If they do run this Wessex League competition, which I'm hoping they do, I know a lot of teams are going, well, we don't want to, but we've had a change of manager here. I need to assess the squad.
Of course,
and as far as I'm concerned, with the current squad, yes, they underachieved last year, but finishing 9th, you know what I mean, or sitting 9th in the table, but they all get the opportunity, the same as everyone will get the opportunity to prove to me that they're good enough to challenge for promotion this season.
Yeah.
And if I do bring players in, they'll be on par with them. They all start on the same line, and it's who's good enough and who wants it enough. to get in that team, that starting 11, that first game of the season.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we're looking like you say. I know generally here, speaking to Paul and Trevor, that FA Vars runs haven't been great. I like the FA Cup. I make it a very important part of that thing. It's the biggest cup in the world as far as I'm concerned. And also the FA Vars, I'd like to be pushing as far as we can in that. When you look at Fareham and United Services going into the last 16, I believe we can be challenging further than that. So
I think the kind of atmosphere it brings around the place as well, that as you go on, you draw people in, and the atmosphere amongst the players and, like you said, the management team, when you have things like that, is really important.
Exactly that. It means a great camaraderie. But winning games is a habit.
Yeah.
And that's what a habit, and if you look at, say, the couple of seasons I told you about Moneyfields, winning games is a habit, and you win, you get that mentality of winning games, and that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Or not losing as is importance. So, but like you say, it's winning games becomes a habit, and that's what we need to be doing. And if you're going to get beat in an FA Vars game, then you can lose focus sometimes on winning. You know what I mean? And we need to get that mentality in and say, wait, and we start the ground running from day dot. It looks like possibly it could be the 7th of August, the FA Cup, first round of the FA Cup, and that's when I'll be looking to start winning games. You know what I mean? There's pre-season. Yeah. It'll be judged on because you're chopping and changing players and finding the best formation and the way you want to play. So
of course, spot on. So to finish, really, I guess as we've just been talking about, really, the club's profile locally has continued to grow since last season, despite obviously having a bit of a disappointment on the field. We had 2 max attendances of 300, I guess, with what we could have in this division. The fan base grew about 125% on attendances last year, and I know we've had COVID and we haven't had some of the league teams around here playing, but obviously it's something we, hopefully we'll be able to maintain or at least push to. What I was going to ask really is, what can we expect to see on the pitch from a team that you would put out that is almost selling to people in this area, like why they should come down and not just I guess come down and see what Portchester's got, but come and sample non-league football, really, in terms of what do you think that you're going to be able to offer on the pitch for them?
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, I just said to you, Sam Pearce.
Yeah,
he's enough to attract. I mean, even at Moneyfields, people just come along to watch Sam, and that's the sort of pedigree of players I'm looking to bring in. I'm looking for players that are capable to challenge for promotion. I believe that you need a team capable of playing the league above.
Yeah,
and doing well in the league above, not just surviving. So the players that I will want in my squad and my team this year will be players that can play Southern League football. Yeah, because if I've got Wessex League players, then we're only winning the Wessex League, unfortunately, and that's what I truly believe. So, I mean, I'm not saying the football's going to be fantastic every week, because to me it's about getting 3 points on the board.
That's most important at the end of the day.
That's most important. So you've got to earn the right to play football. And games may start where we're going a little bit longer, and then when we settle in games, things will change. But essentially, it's about 3 points as a main thing, and getting them 3 points on the board. So, but the players we're bringing in will attract people here. Hopefully, say fantastic fan base, 300 in the last 2 games. I was here. One of them was South, the Hamworthy one, and. Yeah, I mean, if we can better that, then I mean, we were limited to 300 them games. Yeah, because of COVID, so it may have been better. Yeah. So if we can better that, then fantastic. So the more here, the more watching football, the better for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks so much for taking some time out of your day to do this, and really look forward to seeing how things progress over the next few months.
Brilliant, Lewis. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So that's it then, guys. Really appreciate you listening today. If you want to hear a bit more in terms of news on Portchy and how we're looking to progress over the next few months, then you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at AFC Portchester. And then in terms of the fans group, the Aaron Choney, you can find us at Aaron Choney Fans, again on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Until next time, guys, Forza Portchy.